Blessings everybody, Brendon Alekseii here. And is it just me, or are us men too defensive of our toxic masculinity? If you've been on TikTok in the past week or so, you've no doubt seen the discourse around Robashi, the black woman who was allegedly hit with a brick by a black man for not giving him her number. Now, because I leave my court clothes home, I have to say that all of this is alleged. I wasn't there. I was melting in the hot sun right here in the great Twin Island state. It's also alleged that she had several GoFundMe events in the past in a pattern that seems suspicious to some. But even with those things in mind, I have some thoughts. Many men of color online took this as an opportunity to express their personal values and responses to witnessing gendered violence and calling on men to do better, only to be called stupid or simps for speaking their piece in defense of women. Or some people were saying that we should know more about what a woman did to deserve getting hit in the face. Yes, some people said that they didn't believe the story, but a significant number of people simply said, I won't do anything, or worse, she probably had it coming. And you already know that women sharing their own experiences were likely met with not all men, despite the well-documented phenomenon of sexual harassment and violence against women. Is it that y'all think women and femmes everywhere in the world only meeting the same 5 shitty guys? All the good men too busy in Bible study to do anything else, I guess? How about this? Let's concede that the whole thing is a hoax. Here are some kinda shitty ways to respond to that. 1, that is why I don't trust no woman. That just makes you sound like a waste man. 2, all the men saying they care about this issue are just simps. That just confirms you're a waste man. 3, we shouldn't talk about individual instances of gender-based violence or other issues until we have all the facts. Bro, you don't have all the facts. We're talking about a public-facing issue in the court of public opinion, not writing a bar exam. Cool it. 4, so why you don't make a video about the fact that it's a hoax then? Dog, you are commenting on your phone while taking a shit in your mother bathroom. You make a video. Since it's so important to you that everybody knows that you prefer content that discredits the general experiences of the vast majority of women, especially women of color, and that you believe that more men should dismiss the potential truth of a woman being publicly attacked, you come here and say it. Show your face too, say it in big. Let everybody know that you think we should spend more time saying nothing than saying that gender-based violence is not okay. Or, and hear me out here, because this is a little radical, try saying this instead. It's a shame that we hear stories like this so often. I hope this person's okay, and that every person does better to prevent things like this from happening to others. Copy it, paste it in your notepad, keep that shit for emergencies. If you can't keep your dry, cracked lips shut, use this as your personal thoughts and prayers. Because it's true, for the record, we all, truthfully, men and women and everyone else, should be doing more to speak out and act out against gender-based violence. And we don't need to know whether a random TikTok about a woman we never met is true for us to decide to do that. Anyone who's saying that we do is weird, and anyone who's not giving those fellas bombastic side-eye is even weirder. Before we end, let me say this one time. If this is indeed a hoax, it is a terrible slap in the face of the many women who experience this same kind of violence every single day. And unfortunately, it does make it harder for real women to have their real stories heard. But also, it doesn't have to. No one with folds on their brain says that the one time that some fella from their high school lied about being kidnapped, they stopped thinking that kidnapping was a serious issue. Real life is not an Aesop's fable, dog. Get a grip and hold on tight, goddammit. If anything, the fact that we could so seriously believe someone potentially lying about this demonstrates how prevalent this issue is and how urgent it is for us to do the work to make stories like this more scarce. Think about this while you're taking your shit. If we lived in a world where less men hurt women like this, and more men stopped hurt like this, wouldn't we also live in a world where less people could lie about it? I don't know. Maybe that's just me.